And today I'm going to be showing you step by step how to play bar chords, why to play bar chords, and if you stay till the end, I'm going to be showing you the secret that bar chords will unlock on the fretboard. Without further ado, let's get into the lesson. See you there. Alright, so before I actually get you to put your hands on the guitar and start moving stuff around, let me tell you something very, very important. There's two things, okay? The first one is make sure that your guitar is easy to play. And by easy to play, I mean make sure that you have low action on your guitar and that the setup is as low and as comfortable as possible. Why do we want to do this? Well, of course, it should hopefully make sense that the easier the guitar is to play, the easier it's going to be for you to play bar chords, right? So start with making sure that your guitar is easy to play. I've seen so many terrible guitars from one-on-one students, and the first thing I normally do is just fix it for them. But I can't do that for you. So take your guitar to the shop and tell them to lower the action as much as possible without it being, extremely buzzy, right? There's always going to be a little compromise where you're going to get some string buzz when the action is low. But it's better to have a little bit of buzz, but the guitar easy to play than the you struggling for years, right? So that's the first thing. Make sure your guitar is easy to play, okay? Super important. Take it to a pro and have them do it for you. Second thing, make sure that you have light strings on your guitar. I would recommend as light as 10 gauge. So 12s are kind of standard for acoustic guitars, but I would, for you, go down to 10. Just so that, again, the strings are as easy to press as possible, especially if you're on acoustic. If you're on an electric guitar, you already have 10s, most likely. That's why most people say that it's easier for them to play bar chords on an electric guitar than it is on an acoustic. So make sure that you have that setup done right, and make sure to put light 10 gauge or maximum 11 gauge strings in your guitar. Again, we want to do everything we can to make the guitar easy to play. The last thing, and I'm going to talk about this a little bit when we go into the close-up, is get a capo. If you don't have a capo, get a capo, because if you put the capo on the second fret of the guitar, again, that's going to lower the action even more, and it's also going to bring that scale length a little bit closer to you, so it's going to be easier for you to grab those chords, to grab that bar chord, okay? All right, so without further ado, do all this stuff, and now let me get in the close-up and show you exactly step by step what you should practice. All right, see you there. If you're enjoying this lesson, then you're going to absolutely love my free 5-day live boot camp that starts this September the 23rd and goes up until the 27th. Now, these are 5 days of transformational live training. Me and you and a large community of people. There's already 1,000 people in there. We're going to be working on things like bar chords, smooth chord transitions, strumming patterns, developing a really effective practice routine so that you don't waste your time practicing. So if you want to join me for 5 days of transformational guitar training that's going to be fun, easy, and extremely effective, there's a link right underneath this video. Click on it, get signed up, and I will see you there. Without further ado, let's get back to the lesson. Alright, so now that you've got everything in place, let's get into the practical part of this lesson. So I've got a couple of cameras set up here for you so that you can see it from different angles, okay? So what I normally tell people to do is start off with a C chord and then build from that C chord into the F chord, okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to use this finger here as an anchor, okay? So this finger is not going to move. It's going to be a nice little anchor here, which is going to help us move into the bar chord, okay? Now there's a couple of things that I want to point out at this point. So the first thing that I always get questions about is the positioning of this first finger, okay? So people tend to think that it's supposed to be flat, right? But what you want to do is you want to have it slightly tilted. See that? It's not flat, it's slightly tilted. So my strings are touching this part of my finger and not the inside, okay? So slightly tilted, that's the first thing. Then you're going to want to be as close to the fret as possible, all right? People try to play it back here. That's not good. You want to go as close as possible, actually be on top of the fret. So I'm literally on the fret, okay? And then practice that move, okay? So a couple things that I want to point out now. You're going to practice from that C, and then you're going to practice going into that F. So what you want to do is be very patient with this process. Don't expect too much too fast. So try to practice this maybe from between 5 and 10 minutes per session, okay? And you can put it into your session 2 times. So first start playing a song, get warmed up, and then attack the bar chord. Then maybe practice something again that you already feel comfortable playing, and then at the end of your session, attack the bar chord again, okay? So somewhere between maybe 5 and 10 minutes, but have it always be a part of your routine, okay? One other thing that I think is very helpful and useful, if you have one, is a capo. So if you take a capo and put it on the 2nd fret of the guitar, you're going to see that now all of a sudden the string action just got a little bit lower and everything is a little bit closer, a little bit tighter, which is going to make it less of a stretch for your left hand, okay? So if you have a capo, I know not everybody has a capo, but if you have a capo, it's a good idea to put the capo on that 2nd fret, okay? Another thing, you're going to want to try to keep your wrist flat. Not totally flat, but kind of as flat as possible, okay? So the wrist position, instead of having it be super bent like this, which is going to hurt you, try to have it be as flat as possible. Okay, you're going to have to turn a little bit, but try not to overturn, okay? And just go slowly with it, okay? So practice between a C major, go into the F. If this F still feels impossible to you, then try to just play a bar chord, okay? So now I'm just playing the 6th string, the 5th string, and the 4th string, and just limit your fingering hand to these 3 notes for now, just to teach your hand, okay, we're doing this kind of a movement. And once that feels comfortable, then try to add in these other notes. So that's kind of like a second exercise. One can be between C major, going full on into the F, and the second one can be just a bar chord, and then from that bar chord, go straight into the F, okay? Again, I'm sure this capo will help you out with that, okay? So that's really it. And then once you've done that, then try to, go back to the standard one, go from C into F, and then into G, okay? Try to move it around. So the key here is everything that I've already told you, and just knowing that if you stick to it and you keep going and you keep showing up, it will get easier and easier and easier. I remember when I used to have students, I'd flip the guitar around, just to tease myself to know how it's like for students again. And I remember how it just felt totally impossible. So I know how you feel, but trust me, if you just keep showing up, keep taking it slow, try to put that capo on the 2nd fret if you can to tighten things up a little bit. Lower the action, put light strings in your guitar. It will click, okay? All right, my friend, I hope that this lesson helped you out.
Stop! He almost forgot to tell you about the magic that the bar chords unlock once you get to know how to play them. Let's learn that now. Disappear! Okay, so to end off this video, let's talk about why you would even want to learn these bar chords and the secret that they're going to unlock, okay?
So check it out. Once you know how to play the bar chords, it's going to unlock the entire fretboard for you. Let me give you an example. So once I can play this F chord, what I could do is I could move it. So if you know the musical alphabet, you know this is a F, you know this is a F sharp, you know this is a G, G sharp, A, and so on. So all of these bar chords are movable. Now let me blow your brain one more time. So check it out. You can modify these very easily and very quickly. So if I'm playing a F and I want an F minor, I just need to change one finger. Now I have F minor. Well, if I know my musical alphabet, then I know this is an F sharp minor, G sharp minor, and so on. So by making very small changes to these bar chords, it allows you to unlock the entire fretboard and to play thousands of chords, okay? If you're enjoying this lesson, then you're going to absolutely love my free 5-day live boot camp that starts this September the 23rd and goes up until the 27th. Now these are 5 days of transformational live training. Me and you and a large community of people. There's already 1,000 people in there. We're going to be working on things like bar chords, smooth chord transitions, strumming patterns, developing a really effective practice routine so that you don't waste your time practicing. So if you want to join me for 5 days of transformational guitar training that's going to be fun, easy, and extremely effective, there's a link right underneath this video. Click on it, get signed up, and I will see you there. Without further ado, let's get back to the lesson.